The Oxford English Dictionary defines an accident as an unfortunate incident that happens unexpectedly and unintentionally, typically resulting in damage or injury. Ugh. Each year in the United States, on average, there are 6 million automobile accidents. Of that number, an average of 40,000 of those are going to be fatalities or life-altering injuries. Hi everybody, my name is Big Mike. Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to go over 5 tips that can make you a safer driver on the road. Okay, now I know what you're thinking. Who the hell is this fat bastard that's going to tell me how I can be a better driver? And that's a fair question. You see, a lot of people will come on YouTube and give you their opinions on how to do this, that, or the other, but they never give you any reason why you should listen to them. I'm going to do things a little differently here. I'm going to give you my background. I've been driving on the roads of this country and a couple of foreign countries now for over 38 years. I got my driver's license at age 16, all the way back in 1986, long before we had anti-lock brakes and sensors and everything that we take advantage of today. From 1989 to 1996, I worked at one of the country's busiest airports, that being Chicago's O'Hare International Airport for American Airlines. I was a cargo operations specialist when I came in and a crew chief when I left. In that 7 years, I learned everything I could about cargo operations and the vehicles that we used down on the tarmac. As a result, by the time I left in 1996, I was one of less than 30 people out of 2,900 employees working 3 shifts that was qualified to operate any motor vehicle in any department of cargo operations. I even had to get an FBI security clearance. I also had to get clearance from the FAA for other aspects of my job. 1991, I got tired of just driving cars and I went and got my motorcycle license, Class M, in Illinois. I went into the logistics business and worked with commercial vehicles for 13 years. During that time, I got my Class B commercial driver's license and several endorsements, and I've maintained that up to this very day. Living in the Midwest, we get everything from tropical heat and humidity all the way down to subarctic temperatures, freezing and snow. So I've driven in various different environments. So with that little summary done, let's start our 5 tips for being a safer driver. Now in general, when an accident happens, there are usually several excuses that are thrown out. I didn't see him. He jumped right out in front of me. Something failed on the vehicle. Or the occasional honesty, I wasn't paying attention. So what are 5 things that we can do to be a safer driver out there on the road? Number 5, situational awareness. Now, anybody who's operated a vehicle will tell you that it's always good to know what's going on around you. This is called situational awareness. While you're operating that vehicle, there's a lot to keep track of. So, what I recommend is using the 8-second method. Mirrors, gauges, and then out front. Basically, what you're doing is keeping your head on a swivel, checking your rear view mirror, side view mirrors, gauges to judge your speed, and then looking out at the road, keeping track of where you're going, and then 8 seconds later, do the same again. It only takes a second or 2. Continue this process till it becomes second nature. What you'll find is that you won't find vehicles sneaking into your blind spot. You won't find situations where you're accidentally cutting off anybody. It's an easy, safe way to make sure that not only are you operating the vehicle safely, but that you can maneuver the vehicle safely in traffic. Number 4, slow down. How many times have we seen this scenario? You're driving down a 4-lane road, 2 lanes going each direction. The speed limit is 45 miles an hour, and the traffic is moderate. Not heavy, but not too light. And then from the corner of your eye, or from the side view mirror, you see this little sports car zigzagging through traffic. Looks like he just came out of a Fast and Furious marathon. Goes whipping past you 20 miles an hour over the speed limit, zigging and zagging through traffic. And then, how many times does this happen after that? You get up to the next stoplight, and there he is. Has he really made any headway? No. He has just displayed that he is having fun with his little sports car, zigzagging through traffic, creating a hazard, but not getting anywhere any faster. Slow down. Don't be in such a hurry to get where you need to go. 99 times out of 100, operating a vehicle at the speed limit is going to get you there in the same amount of time as driving like Speed Racer on steroids. So slow down. Take it easy. Enjoy the ride. Number 3, regular maintenance. Now this is a big one, folks, and it's actually one of the foundations of my channel. Regularly scheduled maintenance is a lot more than just oil changes. It's a lot more than just checking the air in your tires and filling up the gas. Your regular maintenance determines the safety of the vehicle you're operating on the road. Make sure you have those brakes checked regularly. Make sure the tires are checked regularly. And even though some of these are going to be big number items that are going to cost you a little bit more, they're also not as consistent. You can go 4 years on a set of tires that cost you $800. You can go 20 years on a rebuilt transmission. You can go 50,000 miles on good brakes. So when those high price items pop up, budget and find a way to maintain those. Have inspections done on a regular basis with your vehicle, and make sure that mechanic notes any potential problems that may be coming up in the future. It'll give you a chance to budget wisely ahead of time and be proactive instead of reactive. Number 2, don't drive impaired. Now this one is a little goofy. While I say drive impaired, does that mean driving drunk, a DUI or DWI, depending on where you live? Yes, that is a part of it. But driving impaired doesn't have to just involve drugs or alcohol. You ever walk out of work and you've had a rotten day, or you've had a long day, and then you're driving home and you can just feel yourself nodding off. The white lines going underneath your front fender just start to hypnotize you? Technically, that is driving while impaired, DWI. So, if you start to feel that way, pull over, find a quiet place, lock your doors, take a 15 or 20 minute cat nap. That 15 or 20 minute cat nap is going to refresh you enough to operate your motor vehicle safely enough to get to where you need to go. Now, some police officer may come up and knock on your window and ask you what you're doing. Just let them know, hey, I was driving home. I started to feel real drowsy. I wanted to pull over and close my eyes for a few minutes, and then I'll be on my way. Now, before we get to number 1, I'm going to take a moment to ask you to please like, share, and subscribe if you're enjoying the content that we're creating. And let's start a discussion down below in the comments section. What are your best tips and tricks for operating a motor vehicle safely in any type of weather? We'd love to have a discussion start up with that. Now, for number 1, put down the phone. Now, granted, most states in the United States already have laws on the books about using your cell phone while you're driving. They require hands-free. However, my personal opinion, having grown up in the era prior to cell phones, nothing is more important than you operating a vehicle safely and getting to where you need to be. Somebody needs to get in touch with you. They can leave a voicemail. And you can address those issues when you arrive safely at your destination. 30 years ago, we didn't have cell phones. We had beepers. Matter of fact, I still have an old beeper in a box in my crawl space. But this isn't about me. And we waited. Whatever it was, we could address it when we got home, when we got to work, when we got to where we needed to go. Now, your business may require communication via phone because you're a field technician. That's fine. Do yourself a favor. Give yourself a little extra time when you're closing out that job at location A. Hop on the phone, connect with whoever you need to connect to, do what you need to do briefly, then get on the phone on the way to location B. When you arrive at location B, follow up on any calls that you need to take care of before you go in to see that customer. Wash, rinse, repeat. So that's going to do it for 5 tips that I'd like to offer to make you a safer driver out on the roads today. What are your tips? What are your tricks? What were you taught when you were growing up? Leave those comments down in the comment section below, and let's have us a nice little discussion on the ways that you can operate a motor vehicle safely in any weather, any conditions, at any time. In the meantime, my name is Big Mike. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.